Welcome to another episode of Better Health Through Movement and Wholeness. I am Dr. Tom Naro, and my guest today is Larry Pion. Larry, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. Larry is the co-owner of Thoren Optical and Safety Products located in Chicopee, Massachusetts. Now, I wanted Larry to be on the show today to highlight eye health, really. I think it's kind of understated, especially since majority of people wear some sort of corrective vision, and proper eyewear selection and fitting really makes a big difference. And Larry was able to help me figure that out when I was shopping for sunglasses. So we both know, Larry, right, Larry, we both know that individuals using computers all day, because a lot of people use computers, right? They're at risk for having eye-related problems. Now, this could be like difficulty focusing, their vision, maybe they're having eye fatigue, maybe it's headaches, etc. So many of our viewers who work at a computer all day, maybe they're eyeglass wearers themselves, but I think they're going to be interested in hearing Larry's response to a few questions. So, Larry, you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, first question, what are the benefits of working with an optician like yourself when a person is in the market for new eyewear?
Well, first of all, my own background is I've been a licensed Massachusetts optician for the last 39 years. It's important that I renew where we need to renew our licenses every 2 years and back that up with at least 12 hours of continuing education. Um, the thing that we are, I liken us to a pharmacist in the respect that we fill a prescription that comes from your eye doctor. Your eye doctor has spent valuable time deciding on, well, what is best for your eyes. And it's important that that gets followed through by the selection and the proper lenses that are required in order to give you your best vision. Um, Typically, the important thing to know is that your prescription typically has a expiration date of 1 to 2 years, depending on the doctor and your situation. And the and my expertise in the industry is being able to decipher that information properly, to lead you in a direction, to ask you questions that will maybe unlock some additional things that have not been considered, such as computer glasses, such as prescription polarized sunglasses. There's plenty of need to protect ourselves from harmful ultraviolet light, as well as what I'll call high energy visible blue light that comes from screens. So there's a variety of things that you can use, such as anti-reflective coatings, blue light blocking lens materials. Um, the other thing to consider is people don't always think about the fact that eye safety is a big piece. Whether you are on the job and you have vision safety requirements, or even the weekend warrior, the home hobbyist in woodworking, the person who is doing lawn care and using chainsaws. Those are all things that, you've got one pair of eyes, you'd best protect them.
Yeah, I agree. Great. Well, thanks, Larry. Now, you mentioned blue light, and earlier I mentioned computers. So, can you tell our viewers what's the deal with blue light? What does it do to us? What can we do about it?
Okay. So, blue light, there are two aspects of blue light, and briefly I'll just talk about in the invisible spectrum, which is ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light is divided up into A, B, and C. Those of concern for our lives are the A and the B portions of the ultraviolet light. C doesn't actually get through the atmosphere, and we don't have any issues from that. But the A and the B are they're higher frequency wavelengths, and so A is what will cause skin cancer and has a deeper tissue effect, such as aging spots and wrinkles, and again leading to other things such as cancers. The B is, a lot of people say you think of B as the burn, the sunburn. But both of those um, situations have a cumulative effect on your eyes as well, leading to cataracts and macular degeneration, which, if you're not familiar with macular degeneration, that is a central vision loss that can eventually lead to blindness. Certainly eye protection, proper eye care, protection, sunscreen, hats are all recommended for that situation. Now, moving on to the second consideration is what we call high energy visible blue light, or HEV. And that typically comes from screens. It's growing up, the only thing I had to deal with is UV, going outside and playing. But now, so many people spend so much time in front of a screen of some sort. Um, the um, the the high energy blue light is in the shortest wavelength, which means that it's got the highest frequency. And as a result of that, when blue light enters the eye, it scatters because of that high speed. As a result of that, that leads to a situation where you have a loss of contrast, and it's something called defocusing. Um, this contributes to digital eye strain. So studies have shown that this also is being linked to an increase in the numbers of myopia, patients with myopia and or nearsightedness in our population. Is sort of on the rise. Um, so a lot of people say, what do we mean by screens? Well, there was a survey done involving 2,000 adults asking about average screen time. And the results are, for TV watching, they're suggesting about 4.5 hours, smartphones 4.5 hours, gaming devices 3 hours, and laptops and PCs 5 hours. It's a lot of time in front of a screen in the course of your day. And it leads to a lot of digital eye strain. So it's important to consider those items that are going to protect you from that, which will be, there are coatings and materials that will give you reduced blue light, and reduce that scatter effect and that eye strain. Exposure to the high energy visible blue light 1 to 3 hours before going to bed will also reduce your production of melatonin and upset your sleep cycle. So those are all things that, we know what lack of sleep does. I mean, they say you can't get it back. Once you've lost it, you can get more sleep tomorrow, but you'll never get what you lost back. So the other thing I want to mention is always keep in mind that when you're having eye problems, a thorough eye exam is recommended. That's really your first place to start, because there's no point in going out and purchasing a pair of eyeglasses to sit behind your computer screen if you haven't had your eyes looked at to determine if there's a need for corrective lenses as well.
Makes sense.
I guess that's would be my recommendations on the blue light. One more thought about the eye exam is that many of the health insurances do cover an eye exam every 12 or 24 months. Not all, but many of them do.
Okay, great, Larry. All right, our third question. When using a computer monitor, all right, what is the difference in using progressive corrective lenses versus computer corrective lenses?
Okay. So progressive lenses are designed for people who are having problems with their close-in vision. So that doesn't matter if you have good distance vision or if you have a correction for long distance, but you're struggling at close. Uh, the progressive lens that is worn for general use allows you to see long distance from the upper third of the lens. The middle section of the lens is geared towards an intermediate range, which is about 22 to let's say 28 inches. And then as you get deeper into the lens, it brings the focus into the 16 to 18-inch range. And it's a gradual shifting of the curves in the lens that allow that to happen. As you get deeper in the lens, the focus comes in closer. So that type of lens, it can be used at a computer. However, it's not going to be as effective or as comfortable for your neck and your body and your visual range, as lenses that are designed for computer use. There's actually three options for that. You can do, if you're someone who sits in front of the computer and plays games or just communicates with people and is not looking up close, then you can use a single vision lens that is geared specifically for the distance of your monitor. A second option is that you could use a traditional lined bifocal, but instead of having distance in the top portion of the lens, it would have the intermediate focus for the computer monitor. And as you get below the line in the lens, then you have your close-up. If you're inputting figures or doing some banking and such, or at work, if again you're looking at documents up close in your lap and, and a monitor ahead of you. And then thirdly, would be a progressive version of a computer lens. And so it's designed similar to a traditional progressive lens without a distance focus. So you would have the upper portion of the lens would give you your, let's say, 25 to 30 inches. And then as you get deeper in the lens, that focus comes in closer to be your normal reading range. All of these lenses are going to give you a far better, to use your terms, a far better posture, and certainly a lot more comfort in the at the end of the day. And of course, you also want to remember that the blue light protection with those lenses is critical because they're geared to screen use.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it's like picking the right tool for the job.
Absolutely.
And I would also include not just posture but ergonomics. I think ergonomics would play a major role in being able to see properly and having the right pair of lenses to minimize strain on the body.
Absolutely.
Fantastic, Larry. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge today about eyewear and how
Thank,
computers and monitors affect our vision. Would you like to take our final moment here to just share a little bit more information with our viewers about your business?
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me this time to express the important thoughts of vision and protecting your eyes, because again, all of these problems are on the rise, and because we're just sort of endlessly looking at our monitors. I just want you to know that Thoren Optical and Safety Products offers experienced, licensed professional care. We will take your prescription and create the best opportunity and comfort that that you will enjoy. Um, I just want to share also my co-owner is Carrie Bilski, and was also, the two of us have been in the industry for quite a good time. So we'll take care of you and give you what you need.
Awesome. Larry, thank you once again. And to our viewers, stay tuned for another episode of Better Health Through Movement and Wholeness.